Hello everyone. In this video today, I'm going to talk about getting the data into Power BI from a PDF file. So let's get started. So just like getting a data from Excel or CSV, you can also get a data into Power BI for data visualization from a PDF file. So let me show you an example of a PDF file that I have. So let me shrink this down. Okay, so I have a PDF file, sample PDF file that has 35 records, 35 rows, and I'm going to import this into Power BI. Okay, how can I do that? All right. So I have my Power BI desktop open, and you can go ahead and click on Get Data and More option. Over here to the right, PDF, that's where my data is in PDF format. Connect, getting this data, connect, give it a second. And I want just the first page because there's only one page anyway. So I want that page, and I'm going to transform this data first because obviously there is some transformation required to clean the data. Give it a few seconds, it's loading. All right, so it's loaded in Power BI. However, now take a look. First row has the header, so you have to turn this into the column header. So for that, you go ahead and click on this one. Use first row as a header. This got switched into the header now. So my order ID looks good, and this is a text. Order date is not supposed to be text, it's supposed to be date. So I'm changing the data type to date. There you go. This is a region looking good, customer ID looking good, category good, product is good, quantity is everything is null. So this is supposed to be quantity. So Power BI picked that empty space as a null. So that is, I'm going to remove that. I don't need it. However, this field is my quantity, and change the data type to whole number since it's a quantity. Unit price, change the data type to fixed decimal. Sales, again, change the data type to, okay, so sales, again, same like the quantity. This can be removed, and this is supposed to be sales. So rename this column and then change the data type to fixed decimal number for the sales. Profit is coming as text. That is not correct. Profit supposed to be fixed decimal number. And I can see there's a null. Somehow this this data, which is 584, supposed to be over here, and it picked this space, and Power BI switched this into another column. If I filter this, you'll see that's the only one, and that is not correct. And if I go to PDF, you can see there's supposed to be 584 supposed to be the profit, and that's what you have to look into cleaning the data. So I'm going to replace this null with that value. So for that, click on this column, right click, replace value here, replace value, sorry, this one, and type in, you want to look for null and replace that null with 584. So this will be switching over here. Okay, so we got this replaced, and I don't need this column now, so I can right click and delete this column. There you go. So my data is looking good now, and data is clean, and I have altogether 35 rows of records. And you can also rename this as a something like cleaned sales data, something like that, you know. And then once it's done, close and apply. Give it a few seconds to load the data in Power BI. So uh, ignore this one because this one I did it previously. However, this is the one I was showing you guys just now. So if you want to visualize this data and take a look to analyze, so customer ID, That's my customer ID, order date. Let's bring category, product, and then reason and sales. There you go. So if you want to see how many rows of data this is, because there is no row number on this one, right? You don't know how many records here. So like in Excel, when you click on the data, it's going to show you the number of records. But the Power BI, what you can do is either you can count the records here. For example, customer ID, I can again bring it in the first row, or let me bring it the last one, by the way. And you can do count on this one. So it's gonna count each row, and that's total is 35. So each row is counting 35 altogether, right? You can also bring a card visual here, and in the card visual you can do either one, either order ID or customer ID, either one. You can bring the one of those fields and do the count, same like that. So it's going to count every customer ID, and in our case this is 35. That is exactly how many records we have in the PDF file, which is this one, 35 records, right? So there you go. So you can do further analysis, bring the slicer here. Let's bring a slicer here. Okay, so let's bring this one. That's no, you know what, I don't want this one, remove. Let's bring this slicer, a simple slicer, and then string this slicer. You want to bring the customer ID and format this to drop down. I want the drop down. There we go. So select the slicer. It's going to slice this data based on whatever you choose, right? So this is, you can put it on the top and do further formatting to look it nicer, so user can slice it. So that's not the goal here, to go about the formatting and the visualization. Maybe I can talk about that in further upcoming videos. For that, you have to subscribe to this channel, so you don't want to miss the opportunity to learn. And if you haven't done so, please like and subscribe. And thank you for watching. You guys have a great day.